Hello, Kristen.
Hello, Laura.
It's the time again, Southern Charm.
Yes.
It's time for the Charmers. Let's get into it. There was so much in this episode.
Yes.
It's fun to be watching it knowing that Paige and Craig are broken up now.
I know, it's like in the back of my mind now when I'm watching the show.
She was just leading him around. Poor little sheep.
I think she was just so unhappy.
Poor
if we can
sheep.
talk about Craig and Paige for a minute,
Sure.
more and more I see now. She blindsided him. She wanted
Totally.
out. She was over it probably months and months ago and realized this is not the man for me.
She was the boss. Yeah,
She was the boss, and
He's
she wore
always
the
asking her
pants.
advice for
and
everything.
she was over Craig.
He was always asking the advice. Like,
Do you see something happening maybe for Craig and Molly because
No.
they sexted?
Molly is not cute. Molly has issues.
I don't know. Yeah, they might not. I don't think there would be a chemistry with them.
Not a chance.
Okay, so no.
way.
Yeah.
So
My guess is that Craig is going to meet somebody and get married within 2 years.
and
and start having
years.
kids.
That's too long. He's
Maybe
gonna be
within a year.
engaged within 8 months
Okay.
to a year.
Do you think that Paige
He'll
is
be
going to
married.
regret it if she sees that he's moved on? And
No.
Okay,
with some
she's way
jackass.
over
She's
it.
with some guy she was at the Philadelphia
the Philly game?
Eagles
Yeah.
with some dude who's supposed to be like rich, and he looks like a jerk off. I'm like, if you're going from Cowboy Craig, like no, not Cowboy, like I want to say Cub Scout Craig to, because he's like so
He
rich.
is a Cub
She
Scout.
clearly wants a bad
bad
boy.
dude.
He looked disgusting.
Bad boy.
Whoever this guy was. So JT and Craig meet for coffee.
So they meet. There wasn't really nothing to that because JT said, I was so furious, steam was coming out of my ears, but
If
he
there
didn't
was
say anything.
Infrared camera, you'd see it coming out of my body and soul. How mad I was. I was so mad.
Why did
Uh,
Craig think that JT said bitch?
Because he probably just thought about it in his head. You know, sometimes you can see that, like, look, I'm just saying this as like an aside. You see what you want to see, and you can see that on the traders, what we're going to talk about.
Okay, right.
On one of our podcasts here.
Right.
You see what you want to see, you hear what you want to hear to support your story.
Okay.
So that's what the traders is. If you think this person is a traitor, you're going to see everything they do as traitor behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Same here with JT. He thought that, he was acting like an idiot, and he, thought he heard bitch, and that's the narrative. And even though
And he's going with it.
audio not found, even though audio was not found, Craig still stands by the fact that he heard him say
Okay.
bitch about
Okay.
Pat. So
So he's
there you
standing
go.
by that.
And then
But it makes me feel for JT.
It does. I feel
really does. And they're not showing much of JT. It was like we had that scene, and then did we see JT anymore? He wasn't at Sally's party, right? Like
no,
you
we haven't
didn't
seen
you
him,
didn't
but
see
they
him.
probably won't film with him at this point. I love when
Maybe
they
because
cut
he
to
left
Madison
early.
with the sunglasses, and they're like, "Yeah, you called Pat a bitch? Well, you're the bitch." Makes me laugh. Craig said that. Craig says that maybe one day they can go fishing with him and Shep.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great
Your Greg
fucking
impression
Craig.
is great. Your Craig impression is
Go
great.
back to the first original season, and it's all Craig talking like that. It's like, yeah, well, I'm not really sure. And he still kind of talks like that. Just
He does.
he's evolved, so he's not quite the Craig that I'm doing an impression of, but it's still the Craig that exists.
And I'm
Molly,
going to say this as a whole. I always liked Craig. I still like Craig. I like Craig. I
do.
really do.
Craig too. I think he's going to make a
So-
great husband for some
Yes.
cute little muffin, not Paige DeSorbo,
Not Paige,
who
no.
is just looks like a bird. Molly sees Shep on the road, and Shep pulls over.
Yeah.
And then he's sort of
They're a
Sort of
possible
flirting
duo
with
because
Molly.
they're flirting.
he's sort of flirting with Molly, but
Yeah.
poor Molly. She's 36 and talking about her weight gain again. Molly, stop. Talking
I'm
about
going to
your
give this
weight.
to her. She doesn't look 36. Like she actually looks like
doesn't.
she's in her 20s.
I don't think
like,
she's very attractive. She's a blonde, tall woman,
Okay.
which is what men kind of see, but I don't think she's very. Maybe it's just because she's so uncomfortable. I
She's
feel like
very self-conscious with her
she's
weight.
a Jenna Lyons. She's not comfortable in this body of hers.
Okay. There
I
you
don't
go.
think.
Right.
I don't think.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was funny when Molly says Charleston is full of Peter Pan trash men who suck at life. And they just wants some little girl who'll just, say like, it's okay. It's okay. And then won't question it. And then again, with the fucking 45-pound weight gain. And also, I don't know if she's like leaning into the 45-pound weight gain, but the fact that she plays the tuba, and I've said that I feel like just all fat kids play the tuba. So I feel like she's leaning into that. She's like, oh, right. It's 45 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm playing the tuba. And Shep's like, yeah, I'll come. I'll be there. Whatever your tuba concert.
Yeah, right.
I'll come. And Molly, undeniably.
Shep doesn't have a job and he has time. So.
Shep's got time. Molly's thinks that Shep is undeniably a handsome man. And he's up here as far as she's concerned. So who knows?
Yeah, that was interesting. And he did mention, though, that things are getting serious between him and Vienna, the crayon.
Sienna, not Vienna.
Did I say? Oh, God, it's Sienna.
That's
I'm
okay,
sorry.
the crayon and him. But the crayon, we know the crayon's dumping him. And we also have to implore you, Molly, dear God, I'm looking straight into the camera for our YouTube listeners. Don't fall for Shep.
Please.
Oh,
no.
I think Shep still has something for Taylor, though, the way he looks at her. Always like, I just think he feels badly.
Yeah, well, talk about a wounded bird. I mean, Taylor is truly a wounded bird, but he still has feelings. He has
Taylor
to. I mean, they went through, and that was the one and only true girlfriend that he ever had.
Depressed. She is depressed.
She is, and you do feel for her. You're starting to really feel it now, especially losing her brother and everything.
Yeah, no. So, cut to Madison and Brett, and listen, I feel bad about his health, but let me tell you, the scene between
sad.
Madison and Brett, he's about as exciting as a bag of dirt. Like, get Brett off the screen. Get him off. Get him off.
So are you saying he's devoid of a personality?
Pretty much. He's great. He's gorgeous, but again, what's
he's
in
very
there,
nice,
but what's in there is so like a bag of dirt that I just don't want to see him ever.
Okay.
His looks cannot make up for the personality.
Okay.
Sorry.
Maybe he's very shy on camera.
Pal. Sorry. But he's also ill. The poor man.
God, what he's going through.
Man to be on camera.
Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
Don't force him to be on camera.
Madison with her little crooked mouth.
Oh.
But Madison is stunning. So there's no denying that.
But again, she's not as stunning.
Classic Southern belle.
But when you keep looking at her, she's not as stunning as she would be if you just saw her for a quick glimpse.
Okay.
When you keep looking at her, you're like, I don't know. You start to see like, maybe not.
Okay.
But she is a very attractive woman, obviously. And now we're at Rodrigo and Tyler's house.
So I didn't realize how good of friends they really are.
They're friends.
Taylor and Rod. Right?
Taylor's jumping onto them because there's no one else. Who else is there?
Okay, so to me, and tell me if you agree, Taylor, Rodrigo, and his husband, whose name I don't even remember. Tyler.
They're the worst gay couple they could have found. They're boring.
They're boring. There's no fun, and I don't think these guys are going to make it next season.
Gay men should be living in a fabulous space. These two are living in something.
Yeah, what kind of a dump is they live in a dump?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't.
These guys, bleh.
Yeah,
Tyler.
There's nothing interesting there. I'm not interested. So we can skip over this dinner. They had dinner.
Trying to bring him in because they're like, Taylor and Rodrigo, you guys will be good. Taylor, film with them because nobody else wants to. Who's going to film with her?
Not interested. Sorry.
They all don't trust her, as Salley pointed out.
Right. So then we go to Austen, and he's going to introduce Audrey to his parents.
Oh.
Going to his parents' house.
Well,
and,
also,
by the way, a very nice house, his parents'
It is nice. And he's like, I can't believe it every time you see it. But just telling him, put a pause on that. While they're at the house, Taylor thinks it's odd that Salley has invited her to her homecoming. And not her homecoming, housewarming party.
Oh, right.
And they're all going. And he's like, she, Rodrigo's like, she needs to fight these bitches. Whatever. Okay, on to annoying Austen. The first thing, when I don't think Audrey's pretty at all, A. B.
There might be, you know what it is? Maybe there's no charisma there.
Zippo, another bag of dirt.
Okay.
Like, what's happening? And Austen,
I don't see the chemistry with them either.
At all. And the first thing Austen says is, how's my hair? How's my hair?
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, he's obsessed with himself.
You know who I liked Austen with and he blew it was
Olivia. Oh, yeah.
First of all, I
These two-
still don't understand why Olivia is not. I know Olivia moved and she doesn't even live in Charleston anymore, but she was very good on the show. And she was good with Austen. So
Yeah,
there
I
was
agree.
chemistry there. There were things going on that intrigued the audience, I think. So, yeah, I don't
So
know.
they get
Audrey, it's
they
and
get
his
to
parents.
they get to the nice house. The mother. I'm sorry, and just call me a hater, but all I can think of when I look at the mother is the kitchen witch. You remember the kitchen witch? It's all I can think of. This is what the woman looks like. Unfortunately, the daughter that they have looks just like the mom.
Yes.
And Austen just lucked out because he's got the father's like.
He looks like the
kinda-
father.
He
Yes.
does look more like the dad, and
Yeah.
he's lucky on that.
Thank goodness.
Austen says he was addicted to the drama and the mess, and really, what a shock, Austen! What a shock! We all know that you're addicted to the drama. And Audrey is a go with the flow type. Well, guess what, Austen?
Not
No one
that
cares.
interesting.
Go away.
Yeah.
The kitchen witch wants.
It's a little
grandkids.
flat.
The kitchen witch wants grandkids. And
Well, how old is Austen now? He's Craig's age, right? I guess 35.
no. He's not 35. Maybe he's 32. Maybe he's 30.
Oh, he's younger. Okay.
He's a little younger.
Okay.
Not by much.
Yeah.
And then Madison calls Austen
With
And-
Rod on the phone, right?
to tell Austen that Craig made up with JT, and Austin's like, he's just doing stuff now just to piss me off.
Mm.
Blah blah blah.
And also, Madison is not fond of JT now either, so Madison is upset.
Oh yeah, she's like,
too.
"Fuck him, I don't like that."
Yeah.
And now we cut to Salley, who for some reason,
Yeah.
I should think that Sally's gorgeous, right? She's got the whole thing. Like, she's got a nice body. She's blonde. She's blue-eyed. Something's off about the way she looks. I think maybe it's because she's really supposed to be. Now, I don't know. This is just me coming up with a theory here.
Yeah.
But I think she's really supposed to be a brunette. I think she's really maybe a brunette, and that
Oh.
blonde
Doesn't
just
work for her.
looks weird. There's something up with her eyes on her face. I don't know what it is. but
Right.
It doesn't look right to me.
Well, sometimes hair color can make a total difference, right?
Which is exactly, and I
Yeah.
find it, I was trying to think about it.
You
What
can look like a totally different person.
Right. What about her looks off to me? And I was like, I think she's supposed to be a brunette.
Brunette. Maybe she's naturally a brunette.
I think she might be.
Okay.
But
That's a
anyway,
good point.
I digress.
And what was so weird with Salley is this guy with the man bun that she's dating.
Horror.
That
Andrew.
oh,
Horror.
that they do not make sense to me.
They're not going to. You think
Are
they're going
you
anywhere? They're
crazy?
just
Oh.
hanging.
Oh.
You think there's any? But I love that her mother,
weird.
her thin-lipped, as Lala Kent would say, thin-lipped bitch mother, was like helping her get ready, and she's putting the salami. That's a trick on the top of the wine glass to and then you anyway.
Yeah,
And
they don't serve it on the wine glass. I was looking at that too.
No,
What
you
were
kind
they
of
doing?
flip it over and
To
then
make
it
it-
becomes it's a trick.
It's a trick. Okay.
But the mom was like, "Oh, you just loved it. The cotillion days that you just loved it." I'm like, "Oh, the mom, another southern,
a southern
idiot,
mama.
another southern belle mama.
Yes.
Like, oh, you were a cotillion girl. Let me get that out there,
right.
so everybody knows." Anyway, so I just thought that was annoying, and then they off, and then of course Craig.
Crap. I wasn't expecting to see Craig show up at this party because he hasn't been showing up to a lot of
Well,
things.
no, I knew he would show up there,
But he did. He showed up, so
it's
that was
a
good.
safe spot.
If you're not in Craig's house, he's not going. He's always wanting everyone to come to
Well,
his
no,
house.
but of course, his leader, his fearless leader, Paige, had to call. Of course, it's the FaceTime, right? And
Oh,
Paige-
that. Okay,
and she's
I'm sorry.
like,
right.
she was like, look.
Yeah.
Paige was like, look, Craig. She was like, pillows and beer is your side hustle. Southern charm, not Southern charm, sorry. Sewing
Sewing
down
down
salad
south.
is your thing.
Yes.
And, I feel like Craig's going to be a little lost without Paigey telling him what to do.
Paige is
She had the biggest dick on planet Earth.
yes,
dating
and
him.
Craig needs that.
He
So
needs somebody with a
he
giant
needs
cock.
somebody that's going to lead the
Did you
way.
hear what I just said?
Say it.
I said he needs someone with a giant cock. And Paige had a giant fucking brajol. Excuse my mouth. But that is the only way
Meanwhile,
to say it.
Madison say that of all the men on Southern Charm, Craig is the most endowed.
No,
Physically, he's got.
Oh, right.
He's got the goods, but
yeah.
you're talking about like metaphorically. Yeah, he needs somebody that
I
has
don't want to
giant
think
cock.
about there. I don't want to think about Craig's brush. What do you think?
We don't want to think about that.
And his chest hair was skeeving me out because you know that he waxes it and now it's growing in.
Wait, Craig
pieces.
waxes his chest hair?
Or he shaves it, one or the other, because you could see that it was like weirdo coming in, like it was growing in. I'm sure it was waxed.
I didn't even notice that.
No, I noticed everything, and I'm so mad at myself.
You're good with that.
I'm so mad at myself
these
for
these little details.
I get all the details, but it's growing in, and it's growing in like spaces. So it's like looks like serial killer. Like some's here, some's not, and there's spaces, and it's not.
Oh, so he needs a new waxing.
You either need to go all full or you need to be bare, but don't give me this fucking like I have little testosterone that's going to make little sprouts grow here and there. Oh,
that's weird.
I was like, oh, Craig, put on your shirt, quick. So anyway, Craig, he's like, he needed Paige. Like I said, he's like, Austen.
She's the navigator.
He's like, Austen feels entitled. He feels entitled to it. I can't help it. That's all I hear. So now, we cut to Sally's house, and
it's a very nice house.
Oh, I hate the exterior. The interior is nice.
The interior is nice. Oh, the way that it's shaped.
Oh, I don't know. Brick and the weird. I was
okay.
like, if you were making $400,000 a year, you could probably get a really cool house. But you can tell this girl doesn't even know because her friend was like, yeah, I just left this house that might be really good. And she's like, oh, great. And then they looked at it. She's like, yeah, wow, cool. I'll take it. Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I would have looked at 17 houses and been like, I'm not sure. So she obviously was like, oh, I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible. It was actually a nice house. And Andrew shows up and lets himself in. And what freaked me out about Andrew is the way he kissed her and was like grabbing her throat. I was like, this is weird.
It's weird. This is a
weird.
Strange relationship.
Weird. But
it doesn't make sense with
the fact that Taylor's banging this guy before he's going out with Salley, and Sally screwed Shep, and
it is so intertwined.
It's so gross.
So if we connect these dots,
gross.
Salley hooked up with Shep. Salley dated Gaston. Gaston left Salley for Taylor. Is that right?
Gaston, maybe it was
or they took a little bit of a break and then he went to Taylor.
Right. Because she was saying it was like months and months ago. She's making it sound like it was recent, but she's saying maybe it was 9 months ago or something like that. And then Taylor screwed her now boyfriend, Andrew.
Right.
They had a situation.
So it was
so funny when Shep came in and they were like, it was funny how they both were like wanting to be like, yeah, we've all slept with each other. Like, he was like, oh, we have a history. I have a history with Shep, and now I'm with Andrew, and Andrew was with Taylor, and you were with Taylor, and it was like, he's like, wow, we probably passed each other by. I was like, they basically want to just be like, yeah, so I fucked her, and you fucked her, and then we fucked each other. Like, it was like that. And they were trying to be nice. Oh,
God. They could all share the same venereal diseases.
Gross. I'm sure they do.
I know.
Shep has probably given every woman at least some kind of, I don't know, trichomonas. I don't even know. Like,
remember when Madison called it out with Danny, saying, I heard Shep gave Danny chlamydia.
You know what? That was such a douche thing for Madison to say.
It was. I didn't like Madison
not for Shep,
that time,
but for Danny.
Yeah, I felt terrible.
That to a woman. We all know that Shep is a walking fucking venereal disease.
Yes, he is. Yes,
but to do that to a woman, even if she is, don't say that
because
she's never gonna find another guy that ever watched
to say that on TV.
Like, ew, she's a walking VD.
Yeah,
and a VD.
Oof. You want to carry that with you? Like, I got chlamydia from somebody and it was on TV
gross. About it. So then Austen arrives and Craig arrives. And Austen's like, yeah, he just willingly.
They're like two women.
He's like, he just willingly hung out with JT. He wants to tell me all about it. So Austen, Madison, and our lesbian friend Whitney shows up.
Oh, I was like surprised to see Whitney there.
I can't believe
Whitney. Like, what is he doing here?
I can't believe Whitney would step into a house that was any less than like 5,000 square feet.
That's what I was thinking.
Like, how would Whitney go into this
thing
backyard of some plebeian?
Some general house. I'm so surprised that Whitney showed up.
Well, it was funny that Austen and Madison and Whitney were talking about Craig meeting up with JT, and
Yes.
and I thought Whitney was funny. Was like, yeah, it's like Game of Thrones, like that. And like, let's get Craig over here. So
Was it really a big deal that Craig met with JT? Give me
something
a
up.
break.
And they're calling Craig a turncoat, which I thought was funny.
Okay.
And
But
Craig said,
I really feel bad for JT.
well, Craig said it fell unresolved because he stormed out, and that's why he met with him. And, you know, and then Madison's like, we are done with JT. We are done with her lip all kinds of swelled
are
up to the
done.
side. Like, we are done with JT. I was like, okay. And then Madison says that Craig says to Austen, why don't you come fishing with JT and me? That was so funny.
Yes.
You can come fishing with Shep and I, JT. That was great.
But really, why wasn't JT invited to this party? Does Salley not like JT?
Because Whitney's
or-
I'll tell you why. Whitney's the executive producer. He's pissed at him.
Oh.
Madison's
He's
pissed at him because she has
Okay.
to show her loyalty to
Oh,
Pat.
That's it.
Craig,
Because
sorry,
Madison is pissed at JT.
Austen hates him, so that's why. The only person that's even speaking to him for a minute was Craig.
Was Craig. Okay.
And Salley probably
the
doesn't
only friend
even
he
know
has.
him.
And Venita. These are the only friends
Right.
that
Oh,
JT
Venita.
has
And
right now.
Venita's very busy getting drunk and like, why am I making my own drink?
Okay,
And then
yeah.
she gets herself shit canned. That was great.
You know, I never saw Venita shit-faced. So I was surprised. I was like, whoa, where's this coming from?
And then Shep somewhere said, oh, maybe I was thinking about this from the Coming Attractions, but that
Yeah.
he's told Sienna the Crayon that he loves her or something. And he's like, I can't believe she likes me. You know, Shep was saying, you know, and Shep and...
You know, deep down, I think Shep is a very insecure man.
I
I really do.
and you know,
and
part of-
I think he has a good heart.
I think
He's
so
just a
too.
terrible boyfriend.
He's just a terrible man.
Like, he
to
can't
women.
commit.
He's
He
a
can't commit.
terrible
Commitment
relationship. He does not, as much as he wants to think he does not respect women. Neither does Austen. They cause chaos. They think that they're treating women properly by, that she knows who I am. No.
Yeah.
Each woman that gets in with you thinks that they're going to change you, Shep. Come on.
No.
I'm rooting for Shep underneath it all. And I think
I am
and I think
too.
he's a good guy.
I do too.
But he comes off shitty and he's got a lot of fucking flaws like we all do.
A lot. And I don't see this man ever getting married.
He shouldn't.
And
If he
settling
does, I would tell
down.
him
I
no.
just don't see it. I
would
don't
say
know
him-
about Austen. Definitely not.
Austen is so serial with women and he thinks that he's not. He's like, oh, I'm seeing my therapist. No. Austen,
Possibly when Austen's getting to
No.
like 40,
No.
he might go, okay,
No.
wait. I gotta
He will
give
get
my
married.
parents grandkids. I want to have children.
He
I
will-
want to settle down. I don't know.
he will be divorced within 30 seconds. He will
Probably.
be banging whatever tail he can find because that's how they talk.
Yeah.
Whatever, local talent. I feel like he talks like that, like
Right.
the local talent. Like
Yeah.
The absolute loser disgustingness of that
Yeah.
statement. And I feel like that's what him and Shep talk about.
Yeah.
So Shep and Taylor, I found that interesting. They can barely say hello to each other. Like,
Oh,
and then,
it's-
oops, there's Andrew. You know
So
what I mean? So it was just like, oh.
Yeah, that was just like, whoop. Oh, and it was a little sus that Taylor didn't say hi to Salley.
But she
And she's
did.
at her house.
But then cut to, I should really go say hi to her.
Yeah. Oh,
They have
okay.
to
You
have-
think? I
Well,
mean,
that's
that
what
would
she
be the
said,
first
right.
person I would go to when I get to the
I
house.
understand why Taylor
But-
hung back. And Taylor's also very attractive, but she's letting off such a dark energy. She's still not
and
over.
a sad energy.
She's
too.
still not over the fact that Shep did that to her. She's
Yeah.
upset about her brother.
Yeah.
She's turned 30. She is not happy, and it shows.
Yes,
and
that's
it
right.
sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Because Taylor is better than that.
Yeah.
She's more than that. And
Yeah.
she's just reducing herself to a vagina open for business. You know? And then Taylor, she sits down with Salley. And Taylor's like, why are you coming to this new group of friends and talking about a past fling from like a year ago?
Yeah.
And
And she calls it a fling, although Salley says it was more of a relationship.
says they were exclusive.
Yeah.
And Taylor says, but were you? Like,
Yeah.
Were you exclusive? Because
Yeah.
I don't think so. And she said, and then Taylor says, you called Gaston. It's not the other way around.
Right.
And
So
then
Salley did call Gaston.
That's what Taylor is saying. That's what Gaston is saying.
That's a little.
Who knows? It's a little sus. Who knows
Yes.
what the truth is? But then Andrew says, yeah, I met up with her after she talked to Gaston and, I held her for like 30 seconds. And they were like, 30 whole seconds?
Yeah.
Madison's like, wow, 30 whole seconds? That's unbelievable. I mean, what a jackass.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
seriously. And he's got that dog. Like, he's
Yeah.
making out with the fucking dog. Like,
Oh,
put the
God.
dog down.
I know. Like holding it like a baby. I
And
know.
then Salley says, there are people in this group that tell me not to trust you, Taylor.
Yeah.
And then they stand up and she's like, I'll keep your name out of my mouth. I won't mention Gaston. I won't mention him dating you. And I won't mention me dating him. Like, no
Mhm.
bad blood. No bad blood.
No bad blood. And they walk away, but they hate each other.
Taylor's out. Taylor's like, I really don't want to be at this party anymore.
Yeah, she's out.
She just came for that
She
conversation.
doesn't fit into this group right now. Taylor. Like, she really is kind of an
Well, that's why she's
outsider.
tagging on to Rod and Tyler,
Who are also
who
outsiders
are
a
the
little.
worst gay couple they could have found. Please
No.
find me.
Very uninteresting.
You can't tell me that there is not the most fabulous gay couple.
Oh, yeah.
Male or female. They're probably streaming all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, why are we picking these two? And not that they're Rodrigo's okay, but then the Taylor guy just
Oh,
hard,
God.
not interesting.
I think Bravo got it wrong with them bringing
or
them in.
Whitney,
Or Whitney,
Whitney's
yeah.
out there in the field.
But you bring up a good point. There's a lot of interesting gay couples you could bring into this mix.
Gay
A lot.
couples, just by nature of them being gay couples, are fabulous.
Of course.
In these fabulous homes with fabulous careers and fabulous hobbies and
Yes.
fabulous all around.
fabulousness.
Male and female.
Yes.
Why are we picking these two?
Yeah.
Who have nothing really to order other than the Dolly Parton party. Like, what
Yeah,
the
and
hell?
that was a dud party, really.
Dud.
Okay.
Dud spud. Grated potato. All right.
So
Venita takes her. Venita.
she jumped.
Venita.
So I didn't realize Venita was drunk until she jumped in the pool.
Well, you know what happened?
Because I was kind of like, why'd you do that?
Well, what happened was I guess she was drunk. Somehow she landed herself in the pool, but she took in too much water. You know when you jump in?
Yeah.
She wasn't ready for it.
And the fact
Took
that she
in
had
water.
been drinking didn't help.
And she, all of a sudden, and
Yeah.
then dog,
Craig.
Craig in his $600 suede loafers or whatever they cost. He
Jumps
seriously
in.
jumps in. And
It did say a lot about Craig in that scene.
But I will say that I loved this one-liner from Rodrigo. Rodrigo looks at Austen when they get out and he pats him on the knee and says, see what a man does? That was so good.
that was good.
I was like, Rodrigo, you get 10 points for that line.
Yes,
I
yes,
still think you should be off the show, but
yes.
you're growing on me with that line.
Okay, that was good. And it did show a lot about Craig versus the other guys. Nobody else went
Are
to
you
jump
kidding?
in.
Austin wouldn't fuck up his shit.
Do you
little
think
hand.
Austen or Whitney?
No.
Please. Are
Whitney.
you crazy? Shep? Maybe Shep would have done it.
Maybe, but Whitney would have watched you die.
Hell,
And
yes,
been
he would.
like-
He would have went, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like,
Too bad.
And then poor Craig has to put on Andrew's Hawaiian shirt, which was really the crime of the season.
yeah,
The chef's got he's probably got Ralph Lauren pants on. He's got Ralph Lauren shirt. Lovely,
Yeah.
probably Gucci loafers. And then
Yeah.
boom, he has to put on Andrew's probably $10 suede shirt.
I think he
Surf
said
shop.
that was the only shirt I have in this house.
Oh,
Sorry,
Rodrigo.
Craig.
Oh, that was so funny with
Yeah.
Rodrigo, though. See what a man does.
And she would
And then it was also funny. I thought Whitney was so funny when he was like, well, I'm having such a good time. I really just can't leave.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Because, Whitney's like, get me the fuck
Get me out of his basic house.
And
And then Molly shows up.
No, wait, but then Greg tells Austen, listen, Austen, what do I have to do? What do I have to get you to sign to give me pillows and beer? What do I have to do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then Austin's like, what? We're going there? Like,
Whoa.
what are we doing? We're going there?
Uh-huh.
Are they still doing that? We should know it's real time. I don't
It
even...
is real time, and I haven't listened to it lately.
I've never
I've
listened
listened
to
to it. It's not great.
I'm sure it sucks.
It's a little but
Which is
I'm
what
going to
Craig
listen
is
to it
saying.
now. I'm curious
Craig is
if it's
saying
still going. Or
there-
maybe it went on pause. Who
Craig
knows?
is saying there is no chemistry because the chemistry was us being friends and we really
They're
have
not really friends.
we're not hanging out, we're not friends, and you're an entitled asshole basically, and blah blah blah.
But also, it's called Pillows and Beers. Pillows and Beer.
Pillows
So
and Beer.
Pillows and Beer. So Craig is the pillows and Austen is the beer.
Correct.
So if there's no Austen, there's no Bill. So is he just going to have a podcast called Pillows?
Right. Why do you want it to be pillows and beer? Because you don't even care about beer.
Well, that's what
Paige was
it's
like.
the balance about Craig with the pillows and Austen with the beer.
And his leader, Paige, was like, why can't you just call it Craig and Friends? And he's like,
Yeah.
And then have the confidence in myself to do it.
Yeah.
like, you have no confidence, Craig? You should have confidence, Craig. Please. You look good. It's your spotty hair. We'll let that fly.
Yeah.
The spotty chest hair.
Yeah.
But like, come on, Craig. You've been doing this show for 10 years.
Yeah.
You should be used to,
But there's something, I mean, they've gone on tour together, even like the Giggly Squad. You know how they go on tour all the time? Craig and Austen have taken pillows and beer on tour. So it is still something.
only
You
because
do
people
kind
wanna
of still
see
need
them.
Austen. You want to see them. You want to see the dynamic. So I don't know.
Let me tell you this. You want to know why half of these people shouldn't go on tour?
Yeah.
Because I had the very sad 15 minutes of listening to, now we're jumping to the Valley and back to Vanderpump,
Yeah.
Brittany and Zach. Okay,
Okay.
Brittany Cartwright and Zach from the Valley
Right.
did a tour, like a 2-day thing.
No
It
good?
might have been the worst thing I had ever heard in my life. Like, I listened to 10 minutes. I was like, oh my God. Brittany was so nervous. Now, Zach was good.
Wow. Okay.
Ish. But having Brittany like her voice was shaking and she's like, I had a shot of tequila backstage.
Oh,
It was horrible.
So they went on tour together with her podcast?
It was like 2 days or something. And maybe they were testing them out.
Oh, and
my God.
you saw it.
I didn't see it. I
You
listened
heard-
to it for
yeah.
5 minutes and I was like, this is so terrible.
Okay.
It hurts. It's
Mhm.
Zach. It's on Brittany and Jax's podcast.
Okay.
Zach and Brittany Live. If you want to listen to that for 5 minutes
Okay.
and just hear how shit Tola it is, don't listen to that.
Okay.
Stick with us. You have a better time.
Yeah, we got much more
I
fun.
can promise you, you're having a better time here.
More substance.
So Southern Chamas. That was basically the whole show in a
That was it.
nutshell.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of gave birth to one of the lemons off Erica Jane's lemon tree. And now I'm
That
going
was
back
a
to
mighty
Beverly Hills.
big lemon, wasn't
Now I'm
it?
going back to the lemon tree. I'm going
Yeah,
to
we
a
didn't
completely
bring that
different
up.
show.
That was some pretty big
But
lemon.
I feel like I kind of gave birth to that lemon
Yeah.
just now because there was a lot to get out.
All right, I'm going to ask you something. Do
Yeah.
you like Southern Charm so far this season? What do you think?
I don't think it has a lot more left in it. I don't think Southern Charm do. I think if they did an offshoot with Shep
Yeah.
and Craig and Austen, I think that's more so.
Okay.
And Whitney.
Okay.
That's who the show is anyway. They're
It
trying
is.
to bring in these characters that just are like,
They're not working.
nope.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel
It's
about
gotta end
Salley
soon.
or Molly.
They're not.
Or
They cannot
Rodrigo.
carry the show. They're no Cam.
Yeah, I'm just like,
They can't. They can't.
yeah.
They're all, and why are they bringing in Salley? For the same reason they brought in Alexis Bellino.
Mm-hmm.
Salley
Stir the pot for
banged
Taylor.
Shep, she banged Andrew. She's dating Andrew. Taylor banged.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
No other reason. Molly they brought in to try to bring Molly in, but poor Molly can't stop eating cupcake sandwiches and talking about her 45-pound weight gain. Poor thing. Shouldn't be. Oh, should not be.
She's so self-conscious she shouldn't be on the show. Okay. So we shall see next week what
We shall
happens
see.
here. Let's hope it let Southern
Let's hope
Charm
it
pick
blossoms.
up a little
Let's
bit.
hope it blossoms.
A little bit.
And we're going to see why JT's off, and who knows?
You know what? I want to see what happens with JT and Venita. I'm
Let's
curious
see.
about that.
Nobody's currently.
And I'm going to say it again. They're really not showing a lot of Venita, and it's
Currently
bothering me.
nobody-
I like Venita.
Ooh.
Show
Let's
her.
talk about Venita.
Leva's barely in it.
Barely.
So come
She's
on.
got her own show. She's probably like, why am I even shooting?
Like, why am I on this?
and
But okay, if she's a main cast
Nobody's
member,
shooting-
we really aren't seeing.
no
her.
one's shooting with JT.
Yeah,
So that's what's going on.
yeah. JT's really phased out. Probably the fact that he announced his departure before it even aired this season ticked some people off, and now we're not seeing him so much.
Them off. All right. We
Okay.
are out from the living room. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next
Follow
week.
us on Littler Podcast, Ladies in the Living Room on YouTube. We are on TikTok, but I don't know if that's here or there. I don't know if TikTok is even happening.
Is it going to be going forward?
Yeah,
or what?
who knows? But we will be here next week for Southern Charm.
We will be.
Thank you, everybody.
See you soon.
We love ya. Bye.
Bye bye.